Here's another issue. Some disbursements, and this goes all over the map, some firms charge disbursements that really are firm overhead. Others charge matter-specific disbursements, and the line between a true matter disbursement and recurring overhead is not always clear to the people in the law firm. Let me explain. Most people who think about this issue, and incidentally, the American Bar Association has very specific opinions and rules on this subject. And here's what it really comes down to. Any cost that is an ongoing cost, meaning it is not matter specific, those elements, those costs should definitely be dealt with by the firm without passing on to the client unless there is a specific and clear permission to do so. So I'll be going through a couple of examples in the next slide, but one of the issues here is situations where the firm is truly pushing through things like conference room costs, heating and air conditioning, and other things that are just, in most people's point of view, should never be paid. There was one client we worked with that was getting so much of this from certain law firms that when we actually were adjudicating their bills, we cut out 85% of these types of disbursements in the first 6 months. That was a very big number to them. Here is the deal with this one. This is one of the easier ones to make decisions on, especially if one considers what are really best practices in this area. There's been a lot of work done on disbursements. There's been a lot of work done with e-billing systems keeping track of disbursements. For those of you on the law firm side, if you want to be a hero to your clients, try really to pay attention to this one because this is one that really bothers people. So disbursements, overhead, push-throughs that do not look reasonable or fair, big item. So here's a couple of issues, especially on larger matters and especially on law firms that are used to charging this way. There are times when everything from word processing to overtime staffing, staff meals, so many things, all add anywhere from 5 to 10% to billings on a regular basis. What we do for many companies is we do a diagnostic analysis of their bills, and we look for the types of things that are slipping through. And many times it really does add up to a fairly significant amount of money. Some solutions. Clear billing guidelines on this is just a must, but more than the clear billing guidelines is really consistent monitoring for compliance. If that is not so, these charges slip through, they're not enforced, the law firms believe that it's fine, these things will just slip through, and unfortunately some law firms take advantage of this while others do not. As I'm going through this, I do want to emphasize something. Most law firms actually are great with their clients. There are those few, though, that are not. Unfortunately, a lot of these rules were created to avoid the issues with those law firms that do not do this very well.